How's it going, YouTube? Today I'm going to show you my new camera. This is something I ordered from eBay. I guess this camera here doesn't turn anymore. And this camera was about 130 bucks. It was advertised in 720p resolution. It's a little more discreet than my other 720p resolution camera was. It's built into the mirror. There's two cameras. There's one in the front. There's one in the back. Supposedly right now I'm recording in 1080p, which I didn't know that this will actually have. It looks really good. It functions really well. The clarity isn't the same as my old camera. This was my old camera. These are about $60, 720p high definition resolution. Fantastic clarity. I actually had a police officer comment that he was jealous of my recordings because of the clarity of the license plates. You could read license plates cars and cars ahead. So if you ever need a good high definition camera that has two cameras, this one comes with a camera here, and then it also has a plug right here that you can plug a 480 resolution in the back. These are excellent, but for some reason this one, I guess I had it fall down too many times, and this USB port, it wore out, and it kind of was unreliable. And I suspect the batteries that go inside of these devices go bad. That's why I had to upgrade to this camera. I will leave the model name in the comments section, and I will leave the seller's name in the comments section. This camera impressed me because the quality is not the best, but it's not the worst. So it's medium quality for the picture, but it's just more discreet than everything else out there. You don't really want to have something that is stuck to your windshield. So both of my windows, the back window and my front window, is dirty right now, so I don't know what the picture is going to come out looking like, but supposedly this is 1080p, so we'll see how this goes. And let's see, I'll just cruise around and you guys be the judge of the quality. And I will upload both pictures, the front and the back camera. At the end of the video you will have the link for the front or the back. There will be video A and video B, and they will be linked so you can judge the quality. So, I don't know, you can judge by the way you can see the street signs. And right now I have the air conditioning off, not to mess up the background noise that you hear. And then this particular car I replaced the struts on, and I just didn't have the time or the money to get around to replacing the tires and performing a proper wheel alignment. So you're going to have a little more road noise than what you would typically have in a Volvo, just because the tires still have quite a bit of tread on them, and at the same time they're slightly off. So right now we have 110th anniversary of Harley Davidson, so there's a lot of action going on around here. You can get a lot of cool bikes to look at, a ton of people, motels, hotels charge double, and this brings a huge boost to Milwaukee's economy. And I'm gonna blast through the freeway so you guys can see what happens at fast speeds, because it's not necessarily as much about the resolution, whether it's 720p or 1080p, that gives you the good picture. What gives you good picture is the frame rates. 30 frame rates makes a huge difference versus 15 frame rates. So the way those manufacturers advertise these things is they basically slow the frame rate down, and that's how they can show you a higher resolution, which doesn't necessarily mean that whatsoever. So right now I'm going 70 miles an hour, and we'll see if we can pick off these license plates here, different distances. Driving cameras in general, they will turn off once you turn off the switch, the ignition switch, that is. So in order for me to stop the video, all I have to do is turn off the ignition switch, and it turns off the camera automatically. Same thing when I turn on the vehicle, it'll just turn on the camera automatically. If I want to turn off the camera, all I have to do is pull out the cigarette charger, and that will signal to the camera that, hey, this camera needs to turn off, and it'll turn itself off. There's a battery inside on most of these cameras that will prevent the file from going corrupt altogether. Gives it the complete file that hasn't been corrupted. Some of the cheaper cameras, like this one here, one of the problems I had, so we already have a car accident here, so we'll just record that real quick so you get an idea. One of the cool things about this camera is that you can twist it as you're driving, so you can adjust. This guy, I don't know how he totaled out his car. He obviously crashed into something. But yeah, you can twist this camera to get a better angle, which I think is a kind of neat feature. But it doesn't go up and down very well. So yeah, this is definitely a two-vehicle collision here. This would be kind of straight, I guess. So I've been in a number of car accidents, and as a result, they were all not my fault. I was not at fault in any one of them. But now I feel like the insurance company is going to start saying that if something was to happen again, they can always claim that, hey, this guy has accidents on a regular basis, maybe it's something wrong with him, even though there's nothing wrong with me. It's just young teenage drivers don't have any experience and don't get any proper education as far as driving. Driver's ed is down. Driver's ed is down in high schools. They just don't do it anymore. And I think it's extremely important for driving, for new drivers, is to have good simulator experience. I think the simulator experience is extremely crucial because it teaches muscle memory for beginning drivers that don't have any clue on what is supposed to happen when they're driving a vehicle. As far as look left, look right, put your signal on, take your signal off. It's more of a physical interaction versus a mental interaction where they need to think on what they're going to do, versus with the simulators, they actually get to physically memorize the steps they need to complete in order to drive the vehicle before they get on the road and start causing car accidents. So that was one of the things I did is in high school. I did driver's ed properly with the simulator experience, and I swear to God I saved my family's life, because when I started driving, I was driving specifically the speed limit, and all other drivers were driving faster, and they all went ahead, and I fell behind. And there was a large Econoline van, 350. It was a large van, extended Ford Econoline van. I'm pretty sure it was a 350. That was making a left turn basically right in front of me. And I was able to avoid that whole car accident because of my hand placement. I placed my left arm to about 7 o'clock, and I just remember moving it right and steering the car at high rate of speed and avoiding a collision. And I credit all of that to accident avoidance chapter in the simulation, on the simulators that we did in high school. So that actually saved pretty much the life of my entire family, because I was going about 40 miles an hour. So let's see what kind of clarity you're going to get. And I guess what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn off the camera and upload the video so you guys can take a look at. It's like when you buy these cameras, you never know exactly what it's going to look like. Well, the date is correct, the time is correct. It's cloudy outside, so this is what the picture is actually going to look like. All of the settings are on automatic. And again, the reason I have cameras is because of other drivers. It's not because of me. It's not because I need to record how good my driving is. It's because of other drivers. I don't do this to get the police in trouble or anything like that. I just do this to document other drivers. As far as what they did and how it all went down. Last thing you want to do is argue with the insurance company. They got attorneys that they hire very cheaply. Attorneys for the insurance companies, they don't pay them a whole hell of a lot. And they want to get repeat business. So they're going to be on the side of the insurance company, and the same thing with the drivers. So you always, the evidence is on the side of the victim, unfortunately. Let's see what we got here. And that's it. That's all I can tell you here in 13 minutes. Bye-bye.